Every gold medal is a huge victory, but some wins, they just resonate way beyond the scoreboard. A recent gold by the U.S. men's hockey team got a reaction that, according to one analysis, had less to do with the actual game and everything to do with a much deeper cultural moment. So we're going to break down why this particular victory felt like a totally different kind of win. Okay, so this quote, inspired by a photo of the star player Jack Hughes, really captures that raw feeling. I mean, it's not just about winning, it's about this gritty, almost primal, triumphant image. This kind of visceral reaction is our jumping off point, because it's a huge sign that people were seeing this as way more than just a game. So, that brings us to the big question, right? Why did this gold medal feel so important? Well, the analysis we're digging into says there are actually 5 specific reasons this moment connected so deeply with a sense of American identity. Let's walk through them one by one. All right, reason number 1, it's all about a new generation. The argument here is that this win signals a major changing of the guard in American hockey. This isn't just another victory, it's like the arrival of something completely new. And you can really see the shift here. The source draws this line between the old era, defined by that blue-collar grit, always playing in the shadow of hockey giants like Canada, and this new era. This new crop of players is just different. They're homegrown, and they're all about speed, skill, flash, and this undeniable confidence. And this is the key transition right here. The idea is that America has gone from an era of borrowed excellence to one of homegrown dominance. Thanks to a really strong development program, the U.S. is now churning out players who don't just hang with the best in the world, they actually dictate how the game is played. Okay, reason number 2 kind of builds right on top of that. It's not just about their raw talent, but about their whole attitude, their temperament. The source argues these players have a style that feels, well, distinctly American. So these are the words the source uses to describe them. Assertive, confident, maybe a little defiant, creative, and totally fearless. You put all that together, and what you get is a picture of the modern American athlete. They're not just showing up to participate. They're looking to take the whole thing over. This quote really just nails the point. The argument is that Americans really admire that quality, the drive to not just compete, but to impose your will, your style on the game. It's a leadership mindset, not just a happy-to-be-here mindset. So our third reason focuses in on the sport itself. Let's be honest, for the U.S., hockey gold is pretty rare. And according to this analysis, in the grand scheme of things, a win in men's hockey still feels really special. And that rarity gives it this incredible weight. I mean, just think about the difference in expectations. For a sport like basketball, a U.S. gold is pretty much assumed. It's the standard. But in hockey, getting a win against powerhouse teams like Canada or Sweden, that feels like it was earned the hard way. And that struggle just makes the victory feel so much bigger. And now for reason number 4, which kind of steps away from the ice and looks at the bigger picture. The source argues that the timing of this win was a huge part of why it hit home for so many people. So the source paints a picture of our current culture as, pretty divided, maybe a little cynical, and just tired of all the politics. And in the middle of all that, you get this moment in sports that feels totally different. It was clean, it was earned, and it was unifying. Just a moment of pure, excellent teamwork with no drama attached. This quote really gets to the heart of the feeling the source is describing. It suggests the victory tapped into this deep desire for national unity, a longing to feel like we're all on the same team again, a feeling that maybe, for many, has been missing. And that brings us to the 5th and final reason, and this one is all about the family ideal. The analysis really zooms in on the personal story behind the win, specifically the family of that star player we mentioned, Jack Hughes. See, the source points out that Jack isn't just a random talent. His 2 brothers are also elite-level players. And their story is held up as this perfect example of American ideals. It starts with discipline and structure at home. It's fueled by a massive amount of parental investment. And the result? A single family produces 3 superstars who go on to succeed on the world stage. The message that the source pulls from the family's story is crystal clear. It taps right into that classic American narrative. What you build through hard work and a strong family unit at home is what you can then take out to succeed in the world. So, when you put all 5 of these reasons together, what do you get? Well, the argument is that this win was about so much more than that piece of metal hanging around the players' necks. It became a really powerful symbol.
According to this analysis, these are the core ideas the medal came to represent. It stood for excellence without apology and a kind of unity without politics. It was a celebration of the strength you find in family. And maybe biggest of all, it symbolized a torch being passed to a new, confident generation that's ready to lead.
Ultimately, what this whole analysis suggests is that we project our hopes, our values, and even our anxieties onto these big sporting moments. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. Just how much can one game, a single moment in sports, truly reflect, or maybe even help shape a nation's identity?